Good evening, good evening. Happy Wonder Wednesday. This is our Wonder 8's. So if you were here this morning at 8 a.m., we have the same mini content that we share at 8 p.m., just hoping to help mamas connect from across the states. So I want to get started today. We have a short activity that you'll need a notebook for and something to write with. So hopefully you have that. And we'll just jump right in and get started. So my goal here is to bring you absolute clarity on how you can make small changes to improve your home to get to that routine, that energy, that health that you want so you and your family are happier and healthier. So one of the key words there, the first word is happier, right? And so enjoying more and healthier. And I think that we all in general have an idea of what it would take to be healthier as far as put some things in the chat that you deem as healthier. So yes, drinking water, having additional protein, eating more vegetables, less snacking, less sugar. Okay, great. Less energy drinks, being able to do more workouts, walking without getting out of breath, getting upstairs. Yes, there's a lot of great things that you're able to incorporate into your day to help you, right, be healthier. Now, happier is a little more challenging because although eating more veggies or fresh fruits or whole foods and drinking more water, cutting out some of those sugars are in general something that is going to help everyone be a little healthier. When it comes to being happier, there's different things that make us happier. So instead of having one blanket thing to share with you, being happier actually becomes very personal. Maybe for you, being happier is being with groups and getting out and engaging and having, fun and having some adult time with those other mamas and just getting out in groups, right? Whereas some other women may really feel that that private time and having more alone time and spending time in an oasis you create in your house makes you happier. So I can't put out a blanket, this will help you be happier. You get to decide what makes you happier. And I love this idea that comes up in talking about our routines and everything that we do is having a balance, having a harmony. And I really like to embrace that balance isn't something that happens every day. We get 24 hours a day, and it's not necessarily spent in 4-hour blocks, right? So, since we have that little bit of flexibility, I like to look at the harmony of what went well, what things did you get to incorporate into your life that do make you happier. So, one of the first things that we're going to do is going to make a list of things that make us happy, things that we enjoy, things that make us smile. And so we're just going to take a few minutes here, grab a piece of paper. If you want to write it in your notes, you can, like on your notes on your phone or in the chat and save it for yourself. You can do that. I personally love making this list on a blank piece of paper because I can make it all fancy, make it all crooked. Maybe you want to make it really straight in a bullet point list. Maybe you want to just make it like a scattered collage and throw the words out there. So we're going to spend just about 2 minutes here and just going to write down some things that make us happy when we think about it, make us happy when we enjoy them, and what we would like to see more of, whether it's we want to see more of a certain energy, we want to see more of a certain ability, we want to have more quiet time, we want to be able to be more focused. It makes us smile when we see someone else smile. It makes us light up when we see our kids clean their rooms. Like it can be as simple as a smile or as big as finishing a book. Maybe there's a book that you've been meaning to read, or maybe there's a movie you've been wanting to watch and you just haven't made the time to do that. So there's no judgment here. This is completely personalized. What is it that makes you happy on a day-to-day basis, and or throw in there both? What is it that you want more of in your life? So we are going to get started here. I'll set a little timer, do some check-ins. Okay, how are you doing? So I got a nice list going on here already, and I'm sure I'm going to add, ooh, music. Music makes me happy. Dancing. Okay. So growth is stepping up into more of being you. It's like spreading those petals. So think about when a flower grows and it comes out of the ground and it grows and the petal and the flower opens up. What is that? It's stepping more into you. The flower was still a flower when it was a plant, like when it was planted. It was still a begonia or a marigold or a clover. Like whatever was growing is always that. It's just in a different state. And so, what I want you to really embrace as we're here choosing a little better, just a little better thoughts, a little bit better actions, a little better together every single day, we want to embrace and see what of these moments, what of these things that make us happy we can bring into our days, or maybe how much are we getting this in our day that we're missing. So instead of focusing on what I think typically we focus on in the start of something is catching those negative thoughts and releasing them. Yes, I want to catch negative thoughts and find a way to shift them and move forward. I want to start though. I want to start in this place of what is it that I want more of? What is it will give me the result of happier? What do I want to see more of and enjoy more of? And that's what we get to do together. So I'm going to take off our recording so that we can have some conversation with the mamas who showed up here. We can have some connection time. And I want to go over what is it that are the things that make you happy that you can even add just a minute a day in. Where can you catch them? Can you like them? Can you maybe take this list with you or maybe keep it open on your desk or keep it open in the kitchen? And when one of these things happen, when someone smiles at you, when your child hugs you, when your significant other texts you, I love you, when you hear a good music that makes you dance, when you get the dishes done and you high five yourself, whenever you do something that makes you happy, when you get through the mail and everything's paid and sorted and set, when you get organized or you get your meal prep, like whatever it is, either just give it a circle, a star, or just give yourself a high five in the air and share it with us. Share in the group, hey, this happened. And what I want to focus on is, can we catch when these things are happening? And if they aren't happening, but it's something we can make happen, can we do one more? Can we add a minute of that alone time? If having that faith prayer time alone or having that journal time alone, having that one-on-one time with yourself is important to you and something that you want, can we see how we can just get a little more of that in your day? Maybe your perfect morning when you wake up is sitting outside and enjoying a cup of coffee and just watching the sunrise and listening to the birds, seeing the neighborhood kids go off to school, and just in a really tranquil, wonderful long morning. And because of your work schedule or because of the kids' schedule or obligations that you have, you're not able to do that. Just because you're not able to do that hour long right now, can you give yourself a minute? Can you give yourself a minute to stand on the porch with that cup of coffee and take in the birds and the atmosphere for just a minute and embrace that minute, that one little more piece of harmony in your life than what you did yesterday? And can you recreate those things? So I know like maybe a manicure or a pedicure is something that's on your list that makes you happy, and you're not able to do that for a month or two, like whether it's your schedule or your timing or your finances, like whatever it is that you can't get that manicure. But can you take some cuticle oil or some olive oil and rub it in to your cuticles and give yourself a mini like manicure at home for just a minute? Maybe when you finish the dishes, your new routine is, I finish the dishes, I'm going to get some coconut oil or olive oil and rub them on my nails and give myself a little spa treatment right there at my sink. Or like I said, embracing that minute on the porch because you don't have that hour yet. And so we're just going to keep looking for these moments that we can embrace some of these things that make us happy. And we're going to create some of that happy for us and help give us some harmony by focusing on these things. The reason why we want to make sure this is written down and this is something that we're celebrating is because our brains are really custom. They are set up to look for dangers, and they don't recognize happy things and success as danger. They recognize, oh my gosh, I didn't get this done. Anything that gets your heart rate going in a fear, scared, flight, fright, freeze, like anything that gets you going that way, it is going to have you pause and it's going to remember that. Your brain is not going to remember the good stuff. So I kind of like to think of it as Velcro. Your brain is going to stick onto those things that didn't get done and that you may be frustrated about and that are kind of causing some fear or concern, because it sees concern as danger and it wants to protect you from danger. So it's going to grip onto those things like Velcro. But when it comes to these happy moments that I'm sure all have in our day, our brain doesn't see any threat in them and it slips right off like egg in your frying pan. And it just slips the eggs right off like nonstick surface. So we want to catch those eggs, catch those eggs in paper, take the moment and be mindful as we're adding those in. So I can't wait to see your posts in the group, see how you're celebrating as you catch those happy moments and as you start to, with intent, add those happy moments in. So let's get into some private conversations and I look forward to hearing more.